Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Stupid sexy Johnny Westland is the protagonist in Sierra's all but forgotten 80s SCI adventure game. He spends most of his time trapped in a giant metal suppository with men of low moral fibre. But he has his metalwork assignment, which is due on Monday. But the developers want you to know he's a manly man's man. And if you're going to make an adventure game where the protagonist has more testosterone than a bottle of Old Spice with a handlebar moustache, and then proceed to plonk him at the controls of the most boring mode of transport ever, then you better be getting the bravado and sexual conquests out of the way early. Oh, and it doesn't hurt to give the game a badass title screen too. The graphics are fine, typical Sierra SCI stuff, plenty of dithering, and it's pretty clear what everything is, which is good enough for this era of adventure games. The music is actually quite fun in places and suitably tense in others. Westland begins his adventure relaxing on the tropical island of Tahiti. Our quest is to wake up early enough to put our towel on the only sun lounger on the island. Yeah, keep walking, lady. I've been here since 1300 hours and the tide was still in. She didn't even look at me. Wait, 1300 hours is 1 o'clock. I meant 0300 hours. I always get them mixed up. Never mind. Actually, there's no indication what we're supposed to do at all. Well, I guess what I'll do is what I normally do on holiday. I'll go for a little swim, ruin a game of volleyball, and spike an instant woman's Mai Tai. This is going so well. Honestly, the only thing I'd ever heard about this game that it was completely dull. What were they talking about? This game knows how to have a good time. I did have to check my technical manual to find the correct procedure for CPR for this idiot, but that's okay. A bit of copy protection never hurt anybody. Hopefully there won't be too much of that. The game originally came with a detailed technical manual and a map. It's full of boaty stuff, including how to operate the submarine's controls and the best warhead to obliterate innocent civilians. Being unable to resist Johnny's butt jiggling, Stacy, a lady you met in the bar, invites you back to her hut. We've got a sea view, but Johnny doesn't make a thing of it. However, Johnny also knows it's an offence to throw or set off any firework, including sparklers and Category 1 fireworks, in or into any highway, street, thoroughfare or public space. So the next scene, he looks suitably guilt-ridden. The lady asks you to find her earring, but we've got stuff to do, love, so we just move on. There's a war to win, lady. It's not long before you get the call and are whisked away to fight the good fight, satisfied in the knowledge that you'd irritated most of the island. Did you hear that? That was the sound of all fun and adventure leaving the game. The aimless wandering on the island does make you appreciate some of the minor quality of life choices the developers made. Codename Iceman's controls, like the game itself, may have gone a little under the radar. But unusually, pushing up sometimes means that the character takes a diagonal route when the location has that natural angle. In the hotel lobby, up is up. But here on this beach, up is up the beach. It's a thoughtful design choice and means that you don't have to etch-a-sketch your way through the environment. Of course, as is the case with many SCI Sierra adventure games of this era, you're afforded the option to use mouse input. However, there's no pathfinding, so it's even more laborious. Just don't do it. The text parser pauses the game, which is invaluable when you're fronted with a nerve-jangling make-or-break decision about whether to walk out the door or have a sit down. In some other Sierra games, typing look would give you a general overview of the room you're currently in, perhaps just refer you to a singular important item. In Iceman, the look function is actually quite useful, and Commander Westland will give you a description of the object or person that is directly in front of him. It means that this game is one of the less pixel-hunty Sierra games out there, and has quite a lot of flavour text. It's just a shame that Commander Westland has the personality of a houseplant. He just says what he sees and there's no wit or bite to his dialogue. The effort was made to ensure his character model had nice pixel abs and thighs though. But we're making progress! We haven't died too many times, even if we did get a game over for being a cold-hearted beast. Look, I don't like water, okay? It's all wet. I'm enjoying it at this point though. Now we get our quest. If we were confused what to do before on the island, then the game is about to micromanage every one of our movements. I'm surprised there isn't a regulation for taking a peep in this game. It really isn't necessary to have a scene where we wait in the terminal for our driver. Then we get a massive exposition dump. I don't play video games to have to sit through a meeting. Surely no one does. I'm surprised this guy didn't say, "Hey, listen, I'm thinking if we just power through and not have a break, we could be out of here by 4. That okay, everyone?" And everyone agrees because, yeah, they want to get out of there, but I would have made a brew beforehand if I'd known, damn it. He's got a brew for himself and didn't make one for anyone else, did he? Anyway, you're briefed on the abduction of the ambassador from all the Ferrero Rocher adverts, who's being held by some Tunisian guys. I'm not sure why they've done that. Aren't the Tunisians the innocent party in all this? They just came in some oil money and now they're abducting Americans, holding them captive. Anyone thought maybe we might be the baddies in all this? Basically, the plan is to sneak under the radar, so we're getting our own stealth sub. And we need to rendezvous with... Wait, that's Stacy, the lady with the dislocating dancing arms. I wonder why the game never mentioned that she was an undercover agent. Surely Westland would be piping up by now? Gee, I hope we didn't miss anything. You're asked to commit to memory a number which is half a combination to a suitcase containing your orders. Which, remembering things and writing things down is a common theme throughout Codename Iceman. When you do finally read your orders in the captain's quarters, you're expected to remember them. Yep, it's a pen and paper job. Or take a picture on your smartphone. Eat it, 1980, whatever this was. So head out to meet your new home for the rest of the game. Wait, why can't I move? Oh, more copy protection. At least it makes sense that you have to salute the flag and the officer on deck. I'm all on board with the role-playing and sub-commander thing. Just don't make me do another Zoom meeting, for crying out loud. But this technical manual is a little more than copy protection. This manual is your life. You can't get very far without it, and since the sub-controls are also your life now, you'd probably need to read them thoroughly. I wouldn't, I just skimmed it, but you won't remember what all those knobs and warheads do anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't worry, you'll have time because now we found the real game. This one screen will comprise about 50% of the gameplay from this point forward. It really is a sim, a sub-sim, and a subpar sub-sim at that. Actually, I have no idea if this is an accurate recreation of a submarine's controls, because guess what, Jim Walls? I have never wanted to pilot a submarine. Police Quest may have tapped into that inner 6-year-old playing cops and robbers in the playground. I may not know dispatch codes or traffic offences, but at least police work is depicted in movies, books and on Fox News. No one ever played Das Boot in the schoolyard. Well, except for that one kid, and he's got some pretty questionable head tattoos now. The captain assures us that by the end of this mission we'll be experts. I'm sure that's very reassuring for the crew, sir. The first instruction we're given is all ahead slow. A quick check of the technical manual and we figure out which is the lever that makes it go. So we nudge it a bit and the captain's happy. If he's happy, we're happy. Then we have to change direction. This isn't too bad so far. The numbers over here denote our current heading. Pretty simple. Watch the helm. What does that... Ah. So if you're doing something wrong, you get a warning, which is good. But the warning doesn't tell you what you're doing wrong, which is bad. Let's give that another try. Being able to slow the game down is really beneficial to me not smashing my computer to pieces. Things take a turn for the annoying when you're commanded to take the ship to 1/3 impulse. These little lights denote the gear we're in, I guess, but there are 4 of them. Cap stopped shouting at me when we got to 2 lights, so I'm guessing 2 out of 4 lights is 1/3. Must be the metric system or something. It's all kind of doable though. I mean, I crashed 400 times, but each stage I got through, eventually with some save scumming and a bit of trial and error, I was doing great. I got my orders and even successfully plotted a course to save the princess. I was on my way. So everything was going okay. I just needed to decode this message, and luckily I have a decoding book. It's pretty simple really, just take these letters, convert them into numbers using the decoding book, and look at the page, line and wording, you guessed it, the technical manual. That page doesn't exist. Oh, can't be that important, let's just plough on. Okay, so I've done pretty well up to this point, but it's time to order a hint book. Turns out that I need to use a microfilm to create an offset for the second set of CIA codes. Ah, that'll be on board some... Wait. No problem. Stiff upper lip and all that. It's to be expected in Sierra games. I should have known better. It's my fault, really. Here's the new plan. Take girl, go to hut. Make grab earring, go to the submarine and wait for all this to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried golden jewellery? And we're back in the room. Time to use the microfilm on the... Wait, what? Where's the microfilm? Oh, you are kidding me. It's gone. I didn't take it out of the earring when I found it. Okay, my fault again. Sorry game, I will not mess this up again. New plan. Take girl, go to hut, make grab microfilm out of the sodding earring. Go to the submarine and wait for all this to blow over. Right, this time we're golden. I got the microfilm. I'm using a walkthrough now because I don't care. And I just wanted to see this hovel in Tunisia. So I need to open the safe using the code. Take girl, go to hut, make grab microfilm out of the sodding earring, go to the submarine, ask for the password at exactly the right moment and wait for all this to blow over. Great, I have the briefcase and all I need to do now is put my ID in this. Wait, where's my ID? I don't have my ID. Who took my ID? Okay, no foul-ups this time. Take girl, go to hut, make grab microfilm out the sodding earring, go to the Pentagon, get ID, check ID, because this guy gave me the wrong one, ask for the password at exactly the right moment and wait for all this to blow over. Success! I have the numbers I needed to decode the CIA codes. I'm making progress. I found another area of the sub where I need to repair the torpedo, picking out the right size tool and cylinders, obviously, and of course, you have to check this thing to find out it's broken, because why wouldn't you? Apparently, I have to do absolutely everything on this blinking submarine. This guy can't fix it, he's on his break. It's tedious beyond belief. But it's my fault. It's all my fault. I'm not playing it properly. But we've made it. Finally, having played through the game at least 5 times, fixed everything below deck, navigated through perilous waters, it's time for some action. The coded message that I finally decoded mentioned some Russian attack cruisers off the starboard bow, and we're up top. I'd already played this section before, having not fixed the torpedo, so I know what's about to go down. The captain's going to biff his head and leave me at the helm. This is my moment. Prepare to feel the full force of my weapon, Vladimir. What? The walkthrough says talk to the captain, but the game is in wait mode. It's actually bugged out. I can't proceed. This game is determined to end with a torpedo in the hull, and apparently, it's all my fault. You know what? This game doesn't want to be finished. It's broke its programming and it's rebelling. It's chastising me for even trying to get through it. Do you know what? It's not my fault, and I'm not going down without a fight. You want an ending, Codename Iceman? You're getting one.